Hello everyone, welcome to the Empower Series Online. For those of you who are new, my name is Clifton Johnson. I'm the founder of the Empower Series Incorporated. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization that is brought to you by the generous donations of Comerica Bank, AE Media Group, and you. So thank you. For our viewers in the United States and around the world, please stay connected with us on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. You're on YouTube right now, so definitely like us, share us. Do not keep us a secret. The only way people are going to find out about the Empower Series is if you share it with them. If you want to find out more about what we do, definitely check out our website, www.empowerseries.com. There you can see our vision, our mission. Our goal is to give you hope, inspiration, education, and connect you to resources to help you achieve your goal, whether it's personal goals, professional goals, physical goals, or financial goals. Today, we're going to talk about physical fitness. Physical fitness is important for a lot of different reasons, but especially now, given that we've been home, probably working out other parts of our bodies like our hand-to-mouth coordination and gaining a lot of weight, checking out and catching up with the shows. We want to make sure that we're getting back into the physical activity in a very safe manner. That's why I have a professional personal trainer here who's going to take us through a 15 to 20 minute workout, around five or so exercises that we can do safely at our home to get back into shape. So if you were a runner, you might want to start by walking. If you used to lift weights, you might want to start by lifting lighter weights. But our personal trainer is going to guide us through that, and I'm going to be like you. First off, I'm going to check with my doctor to make sure that I can get back into this physical mode of activity. So we want to make sure that we do this safe and healthy, and then I'm going to follow along and follow the advice of a professional. So with that being said, let me get out of the way. You see I'm in my gear. I'm about to get sweaty. So let's sweat together.
Hi, my name is Kendra McAdams. I am working with the Empower Series, bringing a small series of yoga to you. It's an easy, gentle, early morning wake up to get your body moving, get the joints moving, and get you ready for the day. Let's get to it. Let's start on our backs, bringing the knees into the chest, wrapping the arms around the shins, gently allowing the spine to lengthen and decompress here. And then we'll move into our spinal twist, bringing motion to the spine. Take that left hand, bring both knees over to the left, extend the right arm out back behind you. Take note of where you feel most of the stretch. Is there any resistance? Where do you feel that resistance? On your next inhale, think of that area. And on your next exhale, send the breath to any areas of resistance you may be feeling. Moving this rotation up the body, let's take the right hand up, make a fist except with that index finger, drop it over, pointing with your index finger in the floor, make a rainbow overhead as you inhale, reaching up, and then exhale. See how that twist feels now. Feels nice and yummy. How does that feel for you? Get a few breaths here. And let's do one more round. Inhale up. Exhale, drop the finger over. Inhale into that rainbow and exhale into the twist. How does this twist feel compared to the first one? This is usually one thing I always check in with myself when I'm taking inventory to see if it's moving up the spine. Am I finding that relaxing pose? And then inhale, come through the center and switch sides. Both knees to the right, extending that left arm out behind me, chin to the left. Inhaling up the base of the spine and exhale, releasing out beyond those left fingertips. Making those rotations through the shoulder. Inhale up. Exhale, drop that finger over. Inhale, rainbow overhead, and exhale, find a new area of twist. Again, inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up and around, and exhale back. And then we'll make our way over to the front side, flipping over, come into your tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, moving into our downward facing dog. Making the body a little bit more active and integrated here. We have our 4 points of contact with the hands and the feet. And just kind of pedal it out. Take turns, bending and straightening the knees, shaking your head no, nodding your head yes, slowly waking up the entire body, piece by piece, joint by joint. And then once you've kind of balanced it out, just meet in the center in that downward facing dog, sinking your chest closer to those thighs. Take your gaze to the navel, lengthening the back of the neck. And it's okay if those heels aren't quite ready to touch the floor. That's fine. Where you are works perfectly. Adding a little motion to our practice here. Inhale up to those tippy toes. Look forward and take steps to the top of the mat, bringing the feet just behind those thumbs. Inhale, we're gonna halfway rise into a flat back. Shoulder blades are coming to the spine, bringing that navel up away from the floor. And then exhale, fully fold. You should feel a little warmth in those hamstrings. If it's too much, just bend the knees. Whatever you need to do to bring those hands closer and comfortably to the floor. Again, lengthening the neck. And then we'll ground down through our feet. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. Slowly, gently reach both arms up. And then exhale, fold all the way back down. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, we're gonna step our left leg all the way to the back of the mat, dropping that back knee down. So far, we focused mostly on the shoulders and hips. Now we're gonna add in a little bit of hamstrings. Uncurl those back toes. Inhale to lift the chest, still focusing on the hips here. Bring those left hips down to the earth. And then on your exhale, breathe into your hamstrings, sitting the hips back, being mindful to keep the hip over the knee. It's okay if you need to put the knee on a pillow here, or maybe even double your mat if the knees are tender. In this lengthened position for your hamstrings, let's get a few breaths here for 5 and 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Moving with our breath. Inhale to bend the knee, lift the chest. Exhale, straighten the knee. Breathe back into those hamstrings. Inhale, lifts the chest, sink into those left side hip flexors. Exhale, lower the heart down, lengthen through the right side hamstrings. One more. Inhale forward into those left side hip flexors. Exhale back into the right side hamstrings. These tend to get very tight with sitting in the car, sitting in a desk all day. So you want to be very careful here with warming these hamstrings up. And on our next inhale, brings the heart forward, reach both arms up, taking our bodies into a spinal twist. Draw a straight line down and exhale. Left elbow outside of that right thigh, pushing down, deepening that twist a little bit more than the one we warmed up with. Keep your gaze looking up. And then inhale to unwind. Reach both arms up. Frame your front foot. Tuck your back toes underneath. Lift that back knee. Step your right foot all the way back to meet the left. Exhale, knees to the floor, and take your body all the way down. Uncurl the toes. Inhale, lifts your chest. Press those palms firmly into the earth. Squeeze the shoulder blades back behind you. And exhale, come back into your tabletop. Stacking the shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Tuck your toes, lift those knees away from the floor, finding our downward facing dog again. You can take the time here to pedal it out as we did before, Shaking the head, no. Nodding the head, yes. How are we feeling? We've been here before, moving into side two. So our body kind of knows what to expect. Maybe you relax a little bit more since we've done this on the first side. Inhale up to those toes, look forward. Take those steps to the top of your mat. Inhale to that flat spine, bringing the shoulder blades together. And then exhale, fully fold. Just let the crown of your head drip off the top of your spine. The more decompression of the spine we get, the younger our back feels. Inhale to ground down and rise all the way up. Reach the arms up tall. And then exhale, fold all the way back to the earth. Halfway rise, stepping that right foot to the back of the mat. Lower that right knee down. Uncurl those toes. We're going to focus on the left side hamstrings this time and the right side hip flexors. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, gently back. Hello, hamstrings. Good morning. A few breaths here for our first pass. 3 more. 2. And 1. Inhale, breathe forward, bend into the left knee. Lower the right hip closer to the floor, lengthening through the hip flexors. And then exhale, gently extending back, breathing into the hamstrings. Allowing your upper body to rest down that front thigh. Inhale forward, open up the heart, sink the right side hip flexors. Exhale, lengthen back. Breathe into those hamstrings. Once more, inhale forward, exhale back, and then bring it forward to float the arms all the way up, bringing those palms to touch, finding that spinal twist. Left hand pushes down into that right, deepening the twist, bringing those thumbs right at your heart center. One more breath here. Inhale brings us back to center. Frame your front foot. Tuck your back toe. Lift the back knee. Left foot steps back to meet the right. Exhale, knees down. Bring the entire body all the way down, resting comfortably. Bringing the arms out to a letter T. We're going to go deeper into our final spinal twist, combining the hips and the shoulders. Lifting that right leg, bend the knee, gently step it over. Try to picture rotating that right knee up to the ceiling. If it doesn't go, that's okay. Let's just do what feels good for us. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. One more breath here. Exhale back to center. Switching out our sides. Extend, bend, step it over with the left. Breathing, feel that stretch in the bottom right shoulder, along the hips all the way up the spine. One more breath here. And exhale back to center. Bring your fingertips underneath the shoulders. Inhale, peel the heart up. Once more, come into your Virasana. And that is your early morning wake-up yoga. Thank you for joining me.
Hi, my name is Robert Selders, and I'm here with my good friend Kendra McAdams, and we're so happy to bring to you this exercise sequence made possible by the Empower series. Shall we get started? We're going to start with a brief warm-up just to get your heart rate going, get your blood flowing, get your joints nice and loose. So we're going to start with a march, nice and easy. Then we're going to gradually get your knees higher and get those arms pumping a little bit more. Okay? And we get Kendra to speed it up just a little bit, increase her cadence. We're going to go for another 30 seconds. And now we're going to add the arms in a pattern where you go out to the front and then to the side. Out, back to the front,
and then to the side. And she can even speed that up just a little bit. Now we're gonna add a third arm movement. So we're gonna go out to the front, to the side, and then overhead. Just gradually getting your heart rate up, getting your core temperature, getting your body prepared to move a little bit more. Now for the last 30 seconds, what I'm gonna have her do is just arms overhead the whole time, keeping her arms above her shoulders, and just really pushing, like you're trying to push weight. Just keep them up here, just pump, like this. There we go. Like you're raising the roof. There you go. Keep going. Get your heart rate up. Okay. Try to speed it up a little bit faster, 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's your warm up. Your heart rate should be nice and high. Might be slightly perspiring. Now you're nice and warm. All right, our first exercise sequence is going to be a combination of 3 different movements. It's going to be comprised of a walkout, where you're going to walk your hands out into push-up position. Once you're in push-up position, then we're going to talk about the actual push-up. And then you'll walk your hands back in and go into a lateral squat. So I'm going to have Kendra demonstrate the walkout. So hands to the floor, you're going to walk your hands out. Try to keep your hips and your shoulders nice and level. And then as she takes her hands back to that initial position, she's gonna walk her hands, push her hips up in the air, and then walk her hands back in slowly. And then stand. Okay, so that's the walkout. Okay, so now I'm gonna have her demonstrate the variations of the push-up that you can do. Okay, so she's gonna walk right back out to that push-up plank position, and she's gonna perform a push-up. So chest and thighs go towards the floor. She's gonna maintain a solid midline position, and then she's gonna press to the floor, come back up to that initial push-up position. Now, a variation of this, if that's too difficult for you, is you can drop to your knees and do the same movement. Still maintaining a nice solid midline position, and then push back up to that position where she's on her knees, and then knees come off of the ground, and then hips in the air, walking her hands back in. Okay, the third movement variation from that, so you remember we talked about the walkout, then we talked about the push-up. We're gonna do a lateral lunge, okay? So she's gonna step out to the side, try to keep her torso nice and vertical. Weight is gonna be through her heels, and her hips are sitting back. She's gonna push through her foot, her whole foot, and go back to that original standing position, then transition to the other side. And then come back. And now we're gonna put it all together, okay? So she'll do the walkout, push up, walk it back in, lateral lunge. Good, and relax. Okay, so now we're gonna do it all together. So I'm gonna slide my mat up just a little bit, and we're gonna knock out 5 reps, okay? Here we go, ready? Walk it out. Push up. Walk it back in. Lateral lunge. Other side. That's 1. Hands to the floor. Walk it out. Push up. Walk it in. Lateral lunge. Lateral lunge. Okay, another rep. Here we go. Push up. Walk it back in. Lateral lunge. Lateral lunge. That's 3. Almost there. Hands to the floor. Walk it out. Push up. Walk it back in. Lateral lunge. Lateral lunge. Last rep. Here we go. Walk it out. Push up. Walk it back in. Lateral lunge. Lateral lunge. And that's the walkout to push up with the lateral lunge. We're gonna move to the next movement. All right, exercise sequence number 2 is a closed split squat followed by a single leg Romanian deadlift or a single leg deadlift. So what Kendra's gonna do is from this position, she has one foot forward, the other foot back, just sort of to help support her balance. And then she's gonna go down into a squat or a split squat, come all the way back up, and then she's gonna go into a stiff leg deadlift. Okay, maintaining natural curve of her lower back. She's not gonna round her back at all, so show what rounded spine looks like. So you don't wanna round your back. You wanna try to maintain the natural curve of your lumbar spine, and then you'll feel that stretch through the hamstring all the way down to your heel, okay? And then you can come back up to a full standing position, go right back down into that split squat, then back up into that stiff leg deadlift. Good. All right, so now we're gonna knock out 5 reps on that side. So we'll do split squat. Ready? Okay. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. And that's your split squat followed by your stiff leg deadlift. Now you do realize that if you work one side, you have to also work the other side, okay? So now we're gonna turn and we're gonna do split squats with our right leg followed by that stiff leg deadlift, okay? Ready? Okay. Last one. Good job. All right, the next movement that we're gonna do is a little bit more dynamic. It's gonna require full body effort. It's called a bodybuilder, okay? So there's 3 variations. We're gonna walk you through each one, okay? The first one is you're gonna put your hands to the floor, you're gonna step your feet back to that push-up plank position, then walk your feet back in, and then stand. That's variation number 1. Variation number 2, hands to the floor, step your feet back, and then you jump your feet forward and then stand. That's variation number 2. Variation number 3, hands to the floor, jump your feet back, and then jump your feet forward, okay? And then stand. Now, in each of those variations, one of the things that you wanna make sure of is that your hips never drop below your shoulders. So whether you're walking your feet backwards or you're jumping your feet back, your hips are gonna always stay level to your shoulders or even with your shoulders. So let's demonstrate a really good rep and then show them what it looks like when we don't want that rep, okay? All right, so hands to the floor, jump your feet back, hips are nice and level with the shoulders, jump your feet back in, and then stand. All right, so that's what we're looking for. What we want to avoid is hands to the floor, jumping your feet back, and letting your hips drop, because that puts a lot of stress on your lower back, and we don't want that, okay? So let's demonstrate one more good rep so we can show them what that looks like. Hands to the floor, jump your feet back, nice and solid midline position, then jump your feet back in and stand. Okay, so now we're gonna do 5 bodybuilders. Choose whichever variation that's gonna work best for you, that will challenge you. But remember, if you need to take a break, feel more than free to take a break or just march in place while we're continuing to do these reps, okay? Here we go. Ready, let's go. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. That's the bodybuilder. All right, we're gonna move to the next movement. All right, so the next, not really a movement, but it's gonna be something to help you strengthen the muscles around your midsection, okay? It's called a plank, and we're gonna complex that with another movement called a bird dog, okay? So I'm gonna have Kendra go into a kneeling position, and she's gonna start with her shoulders directly over her wrists, okay? Now, from this position, she's just gonna extend her legs and go into that push-up plank position, making sure that she's maintaining a solid line from her shoulders all the way to her hips, okay? So this is a push-up plank. There's another variation that's a little bit more challenging. It's called an elbow plank. So she's just gonna go down to her elbows, same concept. Her shoulders are gonna be aligned directly over her elbows, still maintaining a solid plank position with her lumbar spine, so her lower back is nice and flat, and her legs are fully extended, okay? The other thing that you wanna think about is being really, really long through your neck. So spine aligned with your neck so you don't have any stress on the back part or the base of your skull, okay? So I'm gonna have Kendra come back up to that push-up plank position, and then she's gonna drop to her knees, and then this movement is called a bird dog. She's gonna extend her right arm and her left leg and trying to get as long as she possibly can, and then maintaining a solid midline position. So want to keep the back nice and flat as opposed to having a huge arch in the lower back. So try to get that a little bit softer. There we go. And then right arm down, left leg down, and then you're gonna switch. Okay? Still trying to avoid rotating through her hips, maintaining a nice and flat spine. Okay? And then go right back down to that full quadruped position, and then back into the plank. Okay, and then you can go down to your elbows, and then back up to the push-up plank, then knees to the floor, and then bird dog. Switch sides. Good, and that's the plank to bird dog combination. Okay, so we're gonna knock out 5 reps of that, okay? So we're gonna start from our quadruped position. Back is gonna be nice and flat. And what's important when you go into that bird dog is you don't want to necessarily have a huge arch in your lower back. What's most important is that you're able to maintain that solid lower back position, almost as if it's like a tabletop. So when you extend your arm and leg, you don't try to kick your leg or arm up in the air. You're just trying to extend as long as you can and then bring it back to that initial position. And then you switch sides, okay? So we're gonna go into that push-up plank position, and then down to elbows, back up, knees down, and then bird dog. Okay, push up plank, elbows, back up, knees down, and then bird dog. Push up plank, elbows, back up, knees down, bird dog. Push up plank, elbows down. We're gonna hold this one just a little bit longer. Back up, knees down, bird dog. Stay with us, last one. Push up plank, elbows down. We're gonna hold this one for another 10 seconds. And back up, knees down, bird dog. Whew. And that's the push-up plank to bird dog combination. All right, so our next movement is gonna just be our basic squat, but we're gonna have a little twist to it, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start from fully standing position, hips completely open, knees completely open as well. We're gonna go to the bottom of the squat. So thighs are gonna roughly be parallel to the ground. You're only gonna go as low as you're able to do without any pain, coming all the way back up to that fully standing position, okay? That's the full range squat. The bottom half of that squat, you're gonna go all the way to the bottom of the squat and then come halfway up. Then right back down to the bottom, halfway up. All the way down to the bottom and then halfway up and then stand, okay? That's the bottom half of the squat. Now the top half of the squat, we're gonna go halfway down, then all the way up. Halfway down, all the way up, halfway down, and then all the way up. So Kendra and I are gonna go through 10 reps of full range squats, then we're gonna do 10 bottom half squats, and then top half squats, 10 top half squats, okay? Here we go. Ready? And go. That's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, back to the bottom. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To the top. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Remember, if you need to take a quick break, do so at any point in time that you feel the need to. We're gonna go 10 full range squats. Here we go, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woo! Nice little burn there. All right, on to the next movement. Now, no workout is complete until you get a really, really good finisher with your core and your glutes, okay? So the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna combine a hip raise or hip bridge with hip raises, and then we're gonna finish with a modified hollow hold position for time, okay? So Kendra's in a position where her shoulders and her hips are on the ground, her knees are bent, feet flat on the ground. She's gonna push through her heels and raise her hips in the air, okay? So the thing that you wanna think about is making sure that you stay nice and long through your spine. You don't wanna have a huge arch in your lower back. So you should feel this working your glutes and maybe a little bit in your hamstrings, okay? So you're gonna hold this position for 10 more seconds. 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you're gonna transition to raises where you slowly lower your hips to the floor, barely touch with your bottom, and then come right back up to that upright position. And down, and then up. We're gonna knock out 15 reps. Here we go. That's 1, and 2, and 3. Remember, pushing through the heels. 4, and 5, keeping your back nice and long. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more, hang with us. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and hold, okay? Remember, at any point in time, if you need to take a break, do so, and then jump right back in with us. Okay, now from this position, we're gonna have Kendra lower her hips to the floor, and we want her to press her back into the floor. So I should not be able to slide my hand underneath her lower back. She's gonna bring her knees directly over her hips, and then she's gonna try to reach her ankles, okay? Keeping her back pressed flat to the floor. Try to soften the neck. And then to challenge this movement, if you move your knees away from your hips, that's gonna force your abdominal muscles to have to work a little bit harder, okay? If you need a little bit more assistance, bring your knees in closer to your chest. But the whole time, I want you reaching for those heels. So we're gonna challenge Kendra a little bit by getting her knees away from her hips and just have her hold that position for 10 more seconds. And that's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just come on down. Awesome work.
We hope that you have enjoyed our workout today. Our goal with Empower Series is to give you hope that you too can attain the health and fitness, body and wellness that you too deserve and create a lifestyle that's worthy of living.
We also want to inspire you to action. You get this information, but then you want to do something with it. So it is our hope, in addition to providing you with that hope, is to inspire you to get off the couch, take the time that you need to be able to implement what we've shown you today.
With these videos, we hope to educate you in the safest and quickest route to attain your health and fitness goals.
And then provide you with connections to resources that if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or need help in any way, that you can reach out to either one of us and we'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks.
Thank you for watching our Empower Series YouTube video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Remember to hit the subscribe button below, as well as the little button to be notified the next time we upload our video. Until then, Stay connected with us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever your social media flavor is. Inspire the world to thrive. See you soon.